Hi grades 3, today is Wednesday. Today we are looking at exercise 51 in your workbooks. It's 2 pages, pages 142 and pages 143. Okay, now in this exercise, we are looking at 3 things. Both of these pages, they look at 3 things. We need to find the length, the width, and area of these figures, right? So let's get started. Let's start with the example they've given us. So they've given us for rectangle A, and they have said that the length is 4, right? So they went ahead and they counted the top pieces or the top squares to find the length. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they wrote down 4 for their length. Then we have width. So how thick it is? It is 2 squares thick. So its width is 2, right? So they counted for length, it's 4. For width, it's 2. How do we find the area? They multiplied their length and their width. So it was multiplying. So 4 and 2. So 4 times 2 or 2 times 4, it gave them 8. So what's the formula for area? It's when we multiply our length and our width, and that gives us our area. Okay, let's go ahead and let's look at number 2, so B. So the length would be, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the length would be 6 centimeters. Let's look at our width. Again, how thick it is? 2 squares. So I'm going to write underneath width, I will write 2, which gives me, for my length, I have 6. For my width, I have 2. So that means my area should be, if I were to multiply these two numbers, 6 times 2 gives me 12, right? So the area would be 12 centimeter squared, right? That's what I would have. Let's go ahead and let's do one more, and then you will go ahead and do these two on your own, okay? So let's look at C. Oops, sorry. Okay, so let's look at C. C is, let's count the length. So let's look at the length. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so for my length, I'm gonna write down 7 centimeters. For my width, I would have 1, 2, and 3. Because do you see, these were horizontal, this is vertical. So that's why our width would be how thick it is. So we would look at the sides, right? So 1, 2, 3 is my width. Okay. So 7 for my length, 3 for my width. And then I will go ahead. What do I need to do? I need to multiply both of these numbers. So 7 times 3, it gives me 21, right? So what is my area? 21 centimeter squared. I'm going to have you do D and E on your own. Okay, so you're going to count the length and see the width, length and width, and then you're going to multiply both of these. Okay, so you're going to multiply length and width, and that will give you your area. Now let's look at page 2. Again, you have to do the same thing. Okay, they have done the first one for you. So they did A, they looked at length and they counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They wrote down 5. Then they looked at the width. So 1, 2 centimeters, right? So when we multiply 5 and 2, 5 times 2 gives us 10. So we have 10 centimeter squared. Okay, now let's go to B and let's do B. Okay, so let's look at my length. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to write down 4 for my length. And I'm going to write down 1, 2, and 3 for my width. Okay, so 4 and 3. Now let's multiply these two to find our area. 4 times 3 gives me 12, right? So my area for figure B is 12 centimeters squared. Okay, let's do one more, and then you will go ahead and you will do the rest on your own, okay? So let's do C. So my C is, let's go ahead and look at our length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for my length, I'm going to write down 6 centimeter. Let's look at our width. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I will write down 4 centimeters. Okay, what's my last step? I need to multiply both of these numbers to get my area, right? So I'm going to say my 6 times table, or I can also say my 4 times table up to 6, or 6 times tables up to 4. So let's do 6 times 4. It gives me 24. So I am going to write down 24 centimeters squared for my area for figure C. Okay, I'm going to have you go ahead and do E, D, and E on your own. Okay, and then once you're done, you can check your answers in your answer key. Okay, that is our exercise for Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow for Friday's exercise. Good luck.